All right, I got the first of the two new vegan Ben & Jerry's flavors that are not really new, but they have a new base, an oat milk base, and that's very new for Ben & Jerry's. They started with almond milk, and they still have most of their flavors with an almond base. Some of them have sunflower butter, like the milk and cookies one, for example. They tried to do that to have a less distracting flavor in the base, I guess, but it didn't really work. You could taste the sunflower butter in the base, I think, and that's, I guess, why they started coming out with oat milk based flavors. And they started with two classics, with chocolate chip cookie dough and chocolate fudge brownie, and those two in the vegan version have oat milk in the base now instead of almond or sunflower butter. And I'm really excited to try them. I think they went with those two flavors because they're just very frequently bought classic flavors, and because the chocolate and the vanilla base I think is a good one to start with if you want to test whether people like it and find it neutral, to see if it really just tastes like vanilla or chocolate. And I'm also excited to see if anything changes, if it tastes more watery than before or less watery or kind of the same, because the vegan Ben & Jerry's tend to be a little more watery, in my opinion. And I think that's everybody's opinion for sure, compared to the dairy ones. So maybe that's also an improvement. Whenever I've tried to make any vegan ice creams with oat milk, for some reason they weren't creamy at all. Pea protein is the best protein for me personally to make ice cream that doesn't taste vegan at all and that is super creamy. So that's just my personal experience, but maybe Ben & Jerry's figured it out how to make it with oat milk, because oat milk is just so commonly accepted now. It's good for the environment. I guess pea protein is as well, but people just like oat milk for some reason. Even dairy people, like my brother, he's not vegan or vegetarian or anything, but he only drinks oat milk. So I'm rambling. This is actually super low fat for Ben & Jerry's. It's just 28 grams for the whole container. We have 2/3 a cup, 3 of those servings. One serving is 2/3 a cup. We have 3 servings. The whole container has 780 calories. Like I said, 28 grams of fat, but a lot of carbs, and that's also very common in oat milk. 127 grams of carbs, 74 sugars, and 9 grams of protein. First ingredient, of course, is water, then oats from the oat milk, then liquid sugar, and then corn syrup. And I don't know if I'm mistaken, but I thought Ben & Jerry's didn't use corn syrup in the past. And I just noticed that when I reviewed the new pecan pie flavor, that they, I think, started using corn syrup in their base. Might have occurred that they had corn syrup in the chunks or swirls, but I don't think they ever used them in the base before, and I do think they started it, but correct me if I'm wrong. I found it at Walmart and it was $4.98, I believe. Let's open it up. All right, kind of looks the same as it did before. It also smells very similar. Obviously, there is no almond smell, but the cocoa powder smells exactly the same, so I don't think they changed anything here. All right, so I just tried the base, and I'm going to show you and tell you about it, but first I want to show you the brownie. Yes, this is a brownie you probably can't even really see. And I guess they fixed the issue, because it was a huge issue in Europe, but also a little bit here in the US, that some brownies were just like super hard. You couldn't dig into the ice cream anymore, and they were like so dry that they were just totally off. Like, if you've experienced it and had brownies like this, you know what I'm talking about. I don't even know how to explain this, but these brownies are fine. And they taste the same. They're perfect. Now, about the base. Tried it. It's the same watery consistency, so it's not creamier than before, although it says smooth and creamy. Just the same. I wouldn't say there's any noticeable difference. The flavor though is really neutral. It's oat. Obviously no almond or any other sunflower butter stuff. It actually, because it is watery, just tastes like a sorbetto kind of to me. Like a chocolate sorbetto. But it's good. I think the oat and the chocolate is really good. I wish they would have worked on the texture. If you need help, here I am. Because you can make creamy, neutral tasting vegan ice cream. Because I've done it. But I still like it. I like it a lot. I go that far of saying that I might like it more than the almond milk one. And I like almond milk a lot. It's the only kind of non-dairy milk that I really like a lot. It's really good. I'd totally get it again. Now I'm really excited to try the other one. Like just to see how the oat milk is in the vanilla one. If it's more, like if you taste it more or not. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's just as neutral.